Man, what a season it's been for him. He's leading the league in points per game, and if he wins a scoring title, will join Wilt, Kareem, and Jordan as players with multiple scoring titles, MVPs, and rings. Last night, he hit 11 three-pointers, giving him 12 career games with at least that many. All other players in NBA history combined have 14 such games. He's hit 63 three-pointers in his last 5 games. And he's heated up as the season's gone on. Since the All-Star break, he's had 21 games with at least 30 points. That's the most for a player after the break since Kobe Bean Bryant had 22 in 05-06. Max Kellerman, would you say Steph right now is the most dangerous player heading into the playoffs?
No, I wouldn't. I was tempted to say it's Damian Lillard because of Lillard's history of coming through under pressure. He does a pretty good approximation of Steph under normal circumstances, and a better Steph than Steph when it matters most in late and close games. And I acknowledge Steph used to choke in the finals. I'm sorry, people don't want to put it that way, but that's what it was. He, greatest half-court offense of all time, 4 minutes and 22 seconds, a 73-win team, scored 0 points, 0. But he hit some big shots against Toronto last time seen in the finals. No, I'm not going to say Damian Lillard instead of Steph. I'm not going to say Steph. The answer is the guy who led the team that held them scoreless in the fourth quarter in Game 7 at home with the fate of the universe on the line, and that would be LeBron James. LeBron James is the most dangerous player when it matters most. If that weren't the case, I'd be sitting here saying James Harden's the best player in the league. But he's not. You know why? Because in the regular season, LeBron James is just as good as anyone else. And in the playoffs, he's twice as good as anyone else. The answer is LeBron James.
But see, Max, it's different this year. We have the play-in tournament. We have one-off situations. And while I would argue LeBron's one of the greatest playoff performers of all time, in a one-off, one-game situation, you do not want to see Steph Curry coming into your building. You especially don't want to see him when he's this hot. And so while I think the Lakers are making it into that top 8, because I don't see them losing twice in a row at home, I am really concerned when Steph Curry comes in a one-off situation. The Warriors are a flawed team. I don't think they're making a run in the postseason. In a 7-game series, maybe Steph gets white hot once, twice, 3 times. Probably doesn't overcome. But man, watch out at Staples Center next week if that's the way that goes down.
Yeah, Wendy, I see it the exact same way as you. With Steph Curry, you don't want to see him in a one-game playoff scenario. I mean, we saw what this guy did on Saturday against OKC. Dropped 49 points in 29 minutes. And since April 1st, the guy's averaging 37.5 points a game, and he's hit 136 three-pointers. The next closest person is 53s less than that. So, I mean, Steph is capable of these huge outbursts offensively. And so when we start talking about the expectations that we have for the Golden State Warriors, and we look at what Steph is doing right now, I mean, this is the guy that nobody wants to face early on in the playoffs because of what he's capable of doing.
Well, you would be right, Wendy. You'd be right and you'd be right, Chris, if it was a one-game play-in. But we know if you're 7 or 8, it's not a one-game play-in. It's 2. So, yeah, Steph Curry or Damian Lillard could bounce the Lakers in that first game. Then the Lakers, you think, are also going to lose a one-game set to a one game to the Grizzlies or Spurs? It ain't going to happen. Not when they have LeBron James. He'll never let it. And then they're going to start to get into playoff series. And you know what? The Jazz and the Suns will be scared. You know why? The Lakers have no earthly business competing with them the way their season's gone. But we all know they have LeBron James. He's better than everyone else. And I want to read something to you guys real quick. Kevin Durant in that finals against LeBron when he was on the team with Steph and Clay and no one else had a chance to win, went for 43, 13, and 7 one game. And I tweeted this at the time because that was amazing. Oh, my God, KD's so good. In those same playoffs, I just want to read you some lines that LeBron had. 46, 12, and 5. 44, 10, and 8. 45, 9, and 7. This is in the same playoffs. Not in his career, in those playoffs. 43, 14, and 8. 42, 10, and 12. I'm not done. 46, 11, and 9. 51, 8, and 8. He did those in the same playoffs. He is the most feared, he is the best, and he's the scariest heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I think LeBron has had some of the most impressive series in the history of losing teams. If you go back to the 2009 conference finals, he had one of the greatest performances for a losing team ever. 2015 finals, he arguably should have won the finals MVP. It's hard to do that as a team that loses in 6, but he arguably should have won it. And then after Durant came to the Warriors, he averaged a triple-double in one of the finals that he lost to him. There's no doubt he's a beast to overcome. The difference, Max, is that in all those situations, he was 100% healthy. I just don't know where he is right now. Now, in a week, I may completely agree with you. But right now, when you're asking me this, I just got to see him play tonight. I got to see how he looks coming off this injury. He's never done this before.
Yeah, it's a lot of show and prove with LeBron James in terms of him being healthy, and that's why I wouldn't qualify him as the most dangerous player going into these playoffs. But make no mistake about it. I mean, if LeBron James goes out there and he shows that he's capable of running, jumping, cutting, and planting all of those different things, then yeah, nobody's going to want to see the Lakers. Nobody's going to want to see LeBron, especially those teams at the top of the Western Conference in a long series.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.